And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
Okay, I couldn't hear the intro. All right. Well, hey, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Thursday afternoon. I almost said Wednesday. We're so used to doing it on Wednesday.
I know.
It's Thirsty Thursday, and we've got a bottle of wine here.
Yes, we do.
But it's saved for somebody, isn't it?
Well, remember, though, we had 2 bottles of wine, but we already took care of one, so there's one left at this point. So, I wasn't supposed to share that one.
No, that was behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
But we were testing our mics when we were not on air, Tom, so we do a lot of things behind the scenes, apparently. And the wine might be one of those things. I don't
never know. It depends on the kind of day we're having,
That's
I think,
right.
at that point.
That's right.
So. Well, this is awesome. You know, I think it's 60-some degrees outside.
It looks beautiful.
I haven't been out there since
sunny.
this morning, but it looks beautiful out there.
I see the flag standing out straight, so it looks like the wind is blowing pretty good.
Okay.
And it really is nice that there's no, precipitation falling, right? Oh my gosh, we've had enough of that already.
Yes, we did.
So.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I saw a guy back in that neighborhood over there. I think he was building a big boat.
Was he?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Was it Moses?
The ark?
It was
no,
Moses.
that's right. Wrong biblical character there. Sorry.
I think it's Joan is her name. Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc. You know, that's the old stumper question they ask in church, right? It's how many animals of each kind did Moses have on his ark? Remember? It's like, oh yeah, right. Moses didn't have the ark. No, it did. Right. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Lisa, do we have a trivia question today?
We do. And it's from Dick Witt. And the prize today, like Ken said, bottle of wonderful wine.
Blue Quail.
Blue Quail. Sauvignon Blanc.
Twist the cap. It's a twisty cap.
You want me to twist the cap?
No,
okay.
No. It is a twisty cap. It's not a cork one. So anybody could use that. So that's good.
And so, Lisa, did we decide that the 26th caller would be the one today?
Not if we want to keep Michelle. So it just depends.
We wouldn't have her back before the show ended.
No, we wouldn't. And we don't even know if that many people are watching, right, Michelle? Probably not, but that's okay. So you're going to call Michelle if you know the answer, and her number is 336-389-4103.
Let's do the third caller.
Third caller, okay. Third caller.
Today is the third.
I think that's reasonable, right, Michelle? Today's the 4th. Should we change it to the 4th?
Michelle said it, so 4th then.
Fourth caller.
See, Michelle, you just made it worse because you corrected me.
That's true. The fourth caller on March 4th.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
What happens when we get to March?
It's going to be a long time.
31st.
Woo!
Somebody's already calling. They know the answer already.
I haven't announced the question yet. Don't answer it, Michelle. The question hasn't been asked yet.
I think it's automobile coverage.
Yeah, I get those calls all the time. Jeez Louise.
Okay, here's the question.
All right.
Which film did Alfred Hitchcock make twice?
Oh.
Which film did Alfred Hitchcock make twice?
Remember,
it's a good question.
Fourth caller.
Fourth caller.
Fourth right caller, right?
I had a bean recipe I had to do twice. The other day I called it refried.
Wow.
If it doesn't work the first time.
The third time's always a charm, isn't it?
Refried.
Woo!
All right.
Okay.
So while Michelle's answering the phone,
Yes.
let's get into the coronavirus statistics. And let me tell you, they are looking good.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
I am so excited because we were doing this 5 minutes before we went on air. We were upstairs. I'm trying to get all these
It's a little busy
numbers
today.
together. But so this was, again, we get all this information from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. They have a great dashboard that we get a lot of information from. But the dashboard for today, as compared to last week, so we were Wednesday last week, so it's been 8 days since we've done it. But in the last 8 days, the state has done 365,936 tests. They've completed that many tests, which is an average of about 46,000 a day. In those 8 days, we've had 18,426 positive cases. That's 5%.
Oh,
The magic number.
5%.
Oh, my
We were at
gosh.
6.5 last week, 7.1 the week before. So we are at 5% over the last 8
Wow.
days. That is awesome.
It is.
If we all still have hopes that the governor's going to start releasing some of
Right,
these
right.
executive orders,
Sure.
this is the direction we need to be going, right?
Absolutely.
So, and we got something today from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services talking about the fact that they're very happy with the way the direction things are going. And so we're hoping that at some point here, they're going to give us some new regulations in regards to the visitations and all for the
healthcare.
healthcare center.
Right, right.
Not yet, but we're getting
Yep.
there. So, but you all, that's great news. If we can get down to
is.
5% or lower,
And lower.
you know, we know the governor's going to have to start pulling further back on his phasing. So
Yep.
that would be great. Other good news, the hospitalizations went down again this week. We went down another 240 from what we were last week. So we have currently, we have 1,290 in the hospital for COVID reasons. So that's huge, right?
is.
That's, you know, one of these days I'm going to have to go back. I think we were at 34 or 3,600 at
we
our
were over
highest.
3,000, yes.
So, you know, we're about a third of what we were
Yep.
just a little more than a month ago. So
Wow.
that's fantastic. Unfortunately, we did have another increase in deaths. We're at 11,399. That's 325 more deaths than what we had last week. But, you know, as we talked about last week, we know even when things start to get better, we know that the deaths
Lag behind
they
it.
lag
Yep.
behind.
They
Thank you.
do.
That's exactly
Yep.
right, unfortunately. And then you all know I like to use the statistic for the rolling average for positive cases by county over a 14-day period based upon 100,000 in population. And so we saw, not surprising, we saw a decrease in that again this week. Mecklenburg went from 405 last week to 341. Wayne County went from 334 to 282. Forsyth went from 442 last week to 324 this week, which is great. That's 120, almost 120. And Guilford went from 360 last week to 293 this week. So
That's wonderful. Wow.
Guilford County is doing really well, which we all makes us very happy about that as well. So that's very exciting.
Yep.
And then when we look at the congregate living settings, nursing homes and retirement communities, we're still running about 5.8% of the positives are coming from nursing homes and residential care facilities. Deaths are at 43.8% of the total, 11,399, almost 5,000 deaths have come from nursing homes and retirement communities. But here's where we've seen a huge drop, the number of outbreaks that are in nursing homes and retirement communities. Last week, I think we went down, Lisa and I were trying to remember, it was like 70 last week, I think, that we went down from where we were the week before. We have, in the last 2 weeks, we have dropped 189 that have come off that list. So we're at 483, which still high, but it's not anywhere near where we were before. And they even mentioned in that memo that we saw that they really have seen a lot of reversing of the trends. And not surprising, they're attributing it to the vaccinations.
Vaccines.
You know, thank you, federal government, for
Yep.
making our communities number one on the list for getting the vaccinations, and it's making a huge difference, obviously. So that's really good. And then the last thing I have is just since last week, the state of North Carolina has done 437,000 additional vaccines since last week. They're stepping it up because
Yes,
they were
they
at
are.
around 250 the last 2 weeks prior to that.
Sure.
So 437 means they're stepping it up, which is great. Forsyth went up 15,000 from last week. Guilford went up 20,000 from last week. And we know that, and I think we were going to talk about this anyway, the governor was on Tuesday. He didn't make any changes, but
Right.
except to maybe some of the phasing as to when people can get the vaccinations. I think he started changing that. But the governor was taking some credit for the fact that, you know, the North Carolina is number one in the nation for getting out the vaccinations at this point. And, you know, good for him and good for our state. You know,
Yeah.
that's great that we're doing so
Absolutely.
well with that.
And now Johnson & Johnson vaccine's in the mix?
Yes.
And I understand they're giving away free baby shampoo with
Is that
their
right?
vaccines.
You get the vaccine?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. As long as they're not injecting baby shampoo, then that's okay, I think, at this point. So.
You have to do that yourself, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, crazy.
Lisa, the other good news that we have, when we look at just River Landing, we went the 4th week in a row now with our weekly testing of staff now. We had no new cases with our staff testing, with our weekly testing, which is great. This is our healthcare
That's
staffing.
amazing, yes.
So that's great. We did have a server that tested positive.
We did.
Somebody that was under 18 that couldn't get the vaccine, unfortunately.
Right.
But they're fine.
Right, and no exposure to
no
others.
exposure
so that
to
was,
others at this point. So, I'm sleeping a lot better at night knowing that we've got this protection of the vaccinations. We know that even when we do get a case from every now and then with a staff member, it's going to be isolated for the most part.
Right.
The biggest risk, unfortunately, is still unvaccinated staff to unvaccinated staff for the most part. That's really going to be. And so I really think the Johnson & Johnson thing is a game changer. I'm glad you pointed that out, Ken, because I think there's a lot of people out there that did not want to go through a 2-shot regimen, and the Johnson & Johnson is that opportunity to be able to just get 1 shot and be done with it. And I do think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to take advantage of that when we start seeing that come out. And the governor said they already had put orders in and we're getting 80,000
I believe,
doses,
by the end of this week, we're
kind of
toward
at the end of this week, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's going to be really good to be able to get another vaccine flooded into the market to help not just our county and area, but the state and just worldwide here. So I'm excited. I really think we've turned the corner on the COVID. And I know our residents feel like we've turned the corner. I know Monday we had a lot of visits on Monday from residents that were really excited about.
Very excited.
Yeah, about being able to eat in the dining room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing things together again. It was neat. I'm sure you both had a chance. I got a chance to get into the bistro and just look around a little bit on Monday and Tuesday.
Happy faces.
It was happy faces. And it was great to see
Yeah.
people, eating together again in the bistro. It's been a whole year since we've used that bistro on the dining side. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
A whole year. So.
And I was visiting with a couple today, and they said, I thought there'd be more out. They were there a little bit later, so I said, earlier it was busier.
Yeah.
And they said, it's been a habit for a year now that we just have not been able to do this. So part of it is almost a retraining of ourselves.
Yeah.
That, it's okay now to come out and do that.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with that. We understand, not everybody's at that point yet, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
But he made a good point. It's a habit.
Yeah.
We got into a habit. We have to take our food and go home and eat.
Yeah.
So it's retraining ourselves, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had a lot of reservations for 6 tops, though, haven't we?
We have that. We've been filling those up. So that's been really good to
That's really
see.
cool.
And,
I think that's really just neat.
Absolutely. So that's been great.
Yeah. And so, we're already starting to think about what could be next, Lisa. We told you this. We're doing a slow go on this. We're still restricted by the governor's orders at this point. We've been hearing some rumors that the CDC might be weighing in on vaccinated people and masks and stuff like that. But honestly, we haven't seen anything yet. Maybe it's out there, but we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
And so, we're needless to say, we're very interested to see if the CDC does put something like this out, which is a big question mark still if they do. But if they do, how's that going to impact the governor's orders?
Right. Which one do you follow?
Could be a little interesting, right? So,
next week, I'm going to look it up, but there has been a big downturn in flu cases this year.
That's right.
And they say it's because of people wearing masks.
That's right. Yeah.
So.
Well, and there's also, and this may be a rumor, but I have also heard that the vaccinations that we're getting are also helping in other areas to keep us well. So,
very good.
I haven't been able to confirm that yet. So that's really a little bit more of a rumor, but I've heard that from a couple of different people and a couple of different sources. And so I think, there's a possibility there could be some truth to that.
Sure.
We're going to find out a whole lot more about
I'm
vaccinations over the next several months,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, that's
As this
true.
stuff keeps coming out. But I'm excited. Like I said, I just think it's really, we're kind of seeing the beginning of the end here is what I'm kind of hoping.
Absolutely.
So.
We didn't roll this out this past Monday, but we're rolling it out this coming Monday
Okay.
in the clubhouse. We are rolling out the new Overlook menu
Okay.
and a brand-new pub menu.
Okay.
So there'll be a specific menu just for the pub area. So that's for folks that maybe want a little bit, some lighter items.
Yeah.
And maybe enjoy a drink with a sandwich or some of those hot pretzels they have, or chili cheese fries. There's all kinds of different little options,
So these are not like keto-friendly type?
probably not. Well, there is chicken wings.
Chicken wing? Okay, what chicken wings?
You can do chicken wings.
I guess that's
So,
true. Okay.
But just be looking for that. The menus will be coming out, but new menu starts Monday, and also the addition of the pub menu. So that's like another dining venue for us now.
It is, yeah.
So it's exciting here.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So we're just going to keep rolling things out.
Yeah, and Stephanie and the team up there are doing a really good job.
Yep,
Clubhouse, so
doing great.
she's been a really welcome addition for sure up there.
Absolutely. Okay, Pinehurst Elevator. It's almost up and running. Who made that noise?
Ken did. So you all just need to know, the Pinehurst elevator, oh my gosh, it's just taking forever. Actually, the Pinehurst elevator is running.
It's running.
Fine.
Yes.
The problem is that the telephone, we didn't realize the telephone was not working right in there. And so the elevator company, it's a specialized telephone they have to use.
Yep.
It's an electronic telephone.
Yep.
And so we are not supposed to use the elevator until we
Right.
have a working telephone
Right.
in there, because in case somebody gets trapped, they need to be able to.
There'd be no way to tell us. Yeah.
So we thought they were coming today. We thought we were going to be able to announce today that
Yeah.
it was working,
Yeah.
but the phone has not been connected yet.
No, and they're coming back tomorrow.
Well, I hate to keep saying that, because I feel like we kind of keep having to change that every time, but
Well,
I think we've got some hope that maybe tomorrow we'll be able to
That's what we're
finish
hoping.
the elevator
what
and
we're
be able to
hoping.
start using it
Yes,
again.
yes.
So, but I promise you that we're this close, so.
yep.
Hey, are we having a little vaccine clinic next week?
We are. Ken, how did you know that?
Because it's
Good
written down on my
memory.
piece of paper.
Good save, Ken.
Hey, Ken, do you have any idea when it might be, Ken?
The 10th,
Oh, the 10th! How did you know? Ken, you're incredible.
it's for people who want a third shot.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
We
for
don't want to scare our viewers.
Well, that's
'cause-
why I wanted to know.
Only a third shot if you go to the pub and get a shot there. That would be
Okay.
the third shot, I guess.
No problem. These are for the people that got their first shots last time, I guess.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
But it's not going to be quite as large of effort.
It's not.
No, it's a
not, you're right.
one-day thing, and it's going to be mostly in the morning. Just so you know the schedule, and the residents won't really care so much, because 98% of our residents
Right.
have already had both of their shots. But,
yeah.
we have a couple that are going
We
to be getting
do,
it.
we do.
So from 9 to 10 in the morning, they're actually going to be at the healthcare center giving the shots over there that they need. Then they'll be over here at 10 o'clock, and from 10 until noonish, maybe a little after, they'll be giving the rest of the second shots. They are still planning to do a few first shots for people, but they won't be coming back. So those people that get the first shots in the Moderna, they're going to have to work a way to get with CVS here locally to be able to arrange for that second shot in the April timeframe, the 28 days later, I guess it is. So, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's good.
and we do have some people that are going to get their
We
first
do,
shots.
we
We know
do.
that already. We've
Yep,
got some
absolutely.
staff members that are going to be getting it, so.
Yep.
It's great. Ken, I can't believe that
Good
you
catch,
thought
Ken.
of that. That's
That's
great.
amazing, isn't
It's a
it?
good catch.
And especially after that first bottle of wine we had before
Well-
the show.
That's
Maybe that's what sparked it. Who knows, right?
Oh, well, we have some good news in resident services.
We do.
So next Monday, Destiny comes back.
Destiny comes home.
Yes.
Yes.
She's been, I think you all know, she's been helping in healthcare, and she is coming home.
Yeah,
So,
we've missed her.
coming back.
Yeah, we've missed her a lot, so
Yep,
it'll be great
yep.
having her back.
But she's
so.
done a great job over there, and they have really appreciated having a little extra help, so. But I know Brian is ready to have his sister back, so. His work sister. So, let's see, also in resident services, they are working on a fun St. Patrick's Day. So there's more to come on that. There'll be a flyer coming out next week with more information. but Brian and Cindy and Destiny, they're coming up with a fun-filled day.
Yeah.
There might even be something on here that day.
It might.
Okay, there might not be. There might not be.
Ryan has a precursor to that today because he's wearing a green shirt, so.
Oh,
And a mask. Oh, he's got a green shirt and a green mask.
Green
so
shirt,
very,
mask.
Oh, very pretty.
but you know, we might do, if you come to the audience that day, we might have prizes for you. You just never know. We have to bribe you now. That's what we've come to, is bribing people.
Yeah, you know,
But-
Oprah has famously given away cars to
I-
her audience.
You know, Lisa, I dare to say it. We could pay residents to come, and I still wouldn't. And I don't blame them.
But you know,
Why would they want to come?
When they can
can
sit
sit
at
and watch
home.
us from the comfort
I
of their
agree.
recliners.
I would rather sit in my recliner than sit.
And you know, we're
So I
probably
get
very
that.
good for being able to pay for people to take naps. You know, our
Absolutely.
You know, they listen to us and they can just
Yep.
fall asleep that way.
Sometimes they only want to hear a little bit of us. And they can do that at home.
Yeah, we had one resident told us they watched the first.
They watch the
5
update
minutes of
part, and then they shut us off. So we get that. We're okay with that.
Thanks
So-
for being honest with us about that. I mean, I really appreciate that.
Are you sure?
It's okay. Whatever you have in you is
Whatever
good.
floats your boat,
That's
right?
right. We're okay with that. One last thing. The resident council is putting out a letter today regarding the Employee Scholarship Committee. So last year, we had our first vacancy on it, and we filled that. And I think we had, 10 or 12 residents that applied for the one position.
Yeah.
So once again, we're going to have a vacancy again, because every year we'll have a vacancy on there. It's a 4-year term that you do. So this year, letters going out today. If you're interested, send an email to me or call me. If you want more information on how the committee works from a resident, that would be Wiz Horner. So his information's in the letter as well. But that's exciting. That means we're getting close to rolling out the next employee scholarship.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's a big thing here.
So Lisa, there's one other thing because I think we're down to our last of our printed
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
And we have questions, but there's one thing I think that, in our rush to get the agenda done.
Did
that
we forget something?
We forgot something. and that's just an update on our positions for the healthcare
Yes.
center.
Yes, yes.
I know that we had announced a month or so ago
Yeah.
that Kat Banks, our healthcare administrator, needed to step down from her role as
Right,
healthcare
right.
administrator.
Yep.
Because of a family
Family.
situation. She's going to stay with us in another capacity, but she's not going to be able to be the healthcare administrator any longer. And we had hired Megan Brown to come on board, and Megan's going to be starting on March 15th, and so we're very excited about her coming on board. And the part that we hadn't shared, or we couldn't remember if we'd
Right,
shared, so we're
right.
going to share it for sure, is
Yep.
it wasn't just our healthcare administrator that also is stepping down from their role. We have another healthcare leadership member who is going to be stepping down, and that's Tony Chapman. And Tony's been with us a long, long time. He started with the Presbyterian High Point, came over to River Landing, was a floor nurse for a while,
Yep.
and then got promoted up to director of nursing here, which was his title at the Presbyterian High Point. And Tony's been with the organization
Over 26 years.
years, I think.
Yep.
And so Tony has just said, and just the timing just worked out to
Yeah.
be this way, but Tony has said that, he's within a few years of being retired, and he
Right.
really wants to step down from the director of nursing role. So we've been interviewing for the director of nursing role in the last week here, and I'm really happy to tell you, we have found a new director of nursing. So,
That's great.
And her name is Megan Long. So we have Megan Brown and Megan Long. So we're not sure how we're going to keep them straight. We're going to have
Just call him Megan.
Just call Megan, right? Just call
You're
Megan.
good.
You'll get somebody.
So, but we're very excited about having Megan Long come on board. She's going to start on April 5th, so she'll start a few weeks after Megan Brown starts. And I think we decided that in mid-April, we'll probably have both Megans
Right.
on the show.
They'll both
and
be
just-
on board by then.
Yeah, they'll
Yep.
both be on board, and we can
Yep.
introduce them to you. But I'm really excited because Tony's also going to stay on board as well. I was kidding with him a little bit. He's going to go full circle because he's going to go back to being a floor nurse again, which is what he
Yep.
started as.
Yep.
And he's let me tell you, he is very excited about
Yes.
going to being a
Yes.
floor nurse, and he'll do a great job of that like he did before. So
It's been a tough year for them.
COVID's
It
really
has.
been hard.
Yep,
From just from the practical standpoint, COVID's been really hard,
Yep.
not the mental side that
Right,
goes along
right.
with it. And so, they both need breaks.
Yeah.
And so, I think they're both stepping down for different reasons, but, I think we were, when it first hit, I'll be the first one to tell you, I always try and be very transparent with you all. When I first found out we were going to lose both of them, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that's a big hit to our healthcare center to lose both of them in their roles, knowing they were still going to stay with us. But, now that we've kind of been able to go through the process of getting, and, Ken, you know this better than anybody, it's a matter of just trusting in the Lord. And, we've done that for 18 years here, and he's always just come through for us. And I had no idea what the market was going to be like trying to find another administrator, especially a DON, a director of nursing, because there's about 10 other organizations out there right now that are looking for directors of nursing, whether it be for-profit nursing homes or other retirement communities. So really concerned about whether or not we were going to be able to find somebody that was going to fit the River Landing kind of mold.
Right.
And I shouldn't have been worried because the Lord always comes through for us, and he did in this case as well. I have to tell you, we found out this morning that Megan Long said yes, she was going to come join us, and I'm excited about that too. I think it's going to be great. Both have strong clinical backgrounds. To go with Kat, who already had a clinical background and a healthcare administrator background, and Tony, of course, with his clinical background. We're going to have a lot of clinical experience over in the healthcare center, way more than we've ever had before. So, leave it to the Lord. Not only do we have a change up, but we've gotten stronger, or we're going to be stronger because of it. So I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's great news.
Okay, Lisa, questions, I think.
Questions. If I have a group that wants to get together and use a common space, is this a possibility now? And who do I call? So yes, it is a possibility. So this is a great question. And you would call Brian Stroud. So Brian is ready and waiting. Not at the moment.
His phone number is 336.
He's down running the show right now, so he...
And if you're the third caller, your group gets...
You could get the first room. Oh, so Brian has been scheduling quite a few rooms and quite a few group events. So go ahead, give him a call. Just remember, we have to stay within our allowable numbers. So that's kind of the governor thing there.
Yeah, and Lisa, I think it's worth pointing out, because we keep getting asked this, we're still not doing any kind of catering, no snacks or drinks or anything at this point.
Right.
We'll get there, I promise, but right now we're not doing that.
Yep.
So please just be happy that you're getting back together again at this point.
Right.
So.
Yep, absolutely. Can I play bridge with my friends? That was a good question. When we put out the reopening memo, we didn't specifically say bridge, Tom.
Yeah, we did.
And I think I got 15 emails. So we
felt there was only 15.
We felt like we better address this today, even though I think you all have figured out bridge is one of the events that you can do. Just wear your mask. Everything we're still saying at this point, you're wearing your mask when you're close to people like that. But yes, you can definitely play bridge together. So.
Yeah, and we just being extra clear, and I think everybody will know this, but just being extra clear. This is bridge only with residents at this point, current residents. We're not bringing in any outside bridge groups or anything like that at this point. We're not ready for that yet. So
I think the limit's 4 too, isn't it?
Usually it is. Unless you're playing duplicate bridge.
I've never seen 5.
Multiple tables, then.
5 or 6. Oh,
then it's multiple tables. So
okay.
Call Brian. Call Brian. Call Brian.
Call Brian. He knows.
Brian is ready. He's ready for you.
He's the bridge to the future with that one. I think, so. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Bad. I know bad.
When will the balcony work begin, and how will that affect any of the spaces here at River Landing?
Yeah, so
You've talked a little bit about
we've
balcony.
talked a little bit about this. I think you all know we've hired a contractor now to do this work for us. We're in the process now of ordering the steel, which is going to take 16 weeks to get the steel for the project that we're doing. And quite honestly, there's not a whole lot they can do before the steel arrives. We want to make sure the steel package arrives before we really start doing the demolition. We don't want to be having open areas in our complex.
Right.
So I don't really anticipate that we're probably going to get rocking and rolling until June at this point. It's probably the earliest that we could start. But it will have some impact on the rooms. We know that here in the multipurpose room, this back half of the area is going to be shut down for a while, and it may be as many as 3 or 4 months it could be shut down. We're going to have the same problem over in the water's edge. A portion of that is going to be shut down as well as they work on these areas. And remember, it's not just building up. They're repairing the issues that we're having now,
Right.
trying to solve our leak issues, which we expect that this is going to be able to do that. So, it's a great thing that we're doing this, and we're going to get some usable space out of
That's
it.
right, absolutely.
The resident side of it is going to be a really nice addition, beautiful room.
Yes, yeah.
And Lisa, I think we've got a little PowerPoint maybe that we'll show at some point in the future about
Yep.
a little model, what that might look
Absolutely.
like. So we can
Yes.
do that a little later.
Yes.
But that'll be on the resident side. On the staff side, we're going to be able to creating some additional office space, which we need. So we can do more about that later as we get closer to it, but we just want to give you
Little ways out yet.
a little flavor
Yeah.
of that, what that's going to look like.
Okay, when will bingo go live again? Well, Brian says not soon enough, but when we can increase the numbers for activities. So right now, we're pretty limited with 25. That would knock a lot of folks out. We think more people are playing probably than 25. So we're holding off right now, still doing the live version on 1390. So
Brian, what would you say if
We'll get there.
if we got to 50? Do you think we could probably be? Okay, so I think kind of 50 is the magic number
Yeah,
there.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Brian.
Okay. Will the river churns continue even after we get back to normal?
Are you sure you want to answer that question? That's a loaded
The
question.
question is, do you really want the river churns to continue after we get back to some sort of?
Well, no, I'm thinking about the juxtaposition of river Churns and normal.
And normal.
So the nice thing about that is we'll go from abnormal here to normal everywhere else,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
So you need some abnormal in your life,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
Absolutely. So we've talked about this. The River Churns has been a great communication tool for us. I mean, it's been super for that. And we've gotten tons of feedback. We joke that nobody's watching us, but we know that
Yeah.
a lot of residents are watching us.
Yeah.
And rely on this for communication. We share with you all each week what's going on.
Yeah.
So it just is a great tool for that. So for future,
Yeah.
maybe we look at doing it once a month.
Yeah. I'd like to, if you all are open to it, I'd like the opportunity to be able to continue doing this in some format.
Right.
Because I just think it is a good, we've learned over the year, it's been becoming a really great communication
has.
vehicle for us. And, I'll just share a couple seconds about that.
Yeah.
It's one thing to put out a memo about what we're doing, but when you can sit here and talk about the logic maybe that goes behind some of this,
Yeah.
I think residents have, and anybody would have more of an understanding of why we kind of came to these decisions. They might also go, oh, well, geez, after you explained it, I still don't understand it, but
Right,
that's okay.
right.
But I think sometimes it's good to be able to hear some of the logic behind some of this stuff. 'Cause I think
Absolutely.
it puts you in our world a little bit so that you kind of know what we're thinking and why we're doing what we're
Right,
doing.
right.
So I just think it's been really good that way.
Yeah.
It's just a lot better than a memo,
Yeah,
which we have to
absolutely.
still do, but
Sure.
it's
Yep. So that's our thoughts at this point, so.
Do you know how long the memo would be?
yeah. We got about 20-page memo going out.
Okay, can we extend hours in the clubhouse so we can get later dinner reservations? So a lot of you know that we're here prior to the pandemic. The clubhouse, we had planned on being one of our later night venues.
Yeah.
We had that all planned. It looked beautiful.
Did.
Then the pandemic hit, and then, of course, right now, we're still under the 50% occupancy. So that does affect us right now. So just know that we plan on, at some point, being able to extend those hours. So just be patient with us. We're still riding through some of the changes, and being at 50%, it's some nuances there that we have to work through. So we're not there yet to do an extending hours, but we will get there. So trust me, we'll get there. We also are looking forward to hopefully some good spring, summer weather coming where we can open up the veranda area and have the outdoor dining.
Oh, yes.
That opens up a whole nother 50% outside.
Yeah, it does.
So it offers more opportunities. So when we have more tables, more opportunities, we can take more reservations too.
Yeah, and we're
So-
getting closer to being close to that good
we
weather.
are.
You know,
We're
today-
getting there.
Today's a nice example of that. You know, we get to the 60s today, and
Absolutely.
we're almost there then. You know, when we
Yep.
start getting into where we're having 60s and 70s
Yes.
normally,
And when the sun's out and it feels
Oh,
like a
it's gonna feel
60,
good.
70 day, yes.
and then we're going to hit the heat of summer when that sun starts hitting that veranda.
And then we won't sit out there again.
You ain't going to want to sit out there, I can tell you that.
That's true. We will hit that point. Oh, so we have about April, May, and June, maybe.
Yeah, you
But we
know,
can have some good weather out there.
the problem is we really haven't gotten a good chance to see how the sun and how it sets is going to affect that area. You know, we put some shading up there.
We did.
To be able to try and help with that a little
Yep.
bit, not just to keep golf balls off the veranda, but
Right.
also to provide some shading.
Yep.
So we'll see how that works,
Yep.
but, you know, I think it'll still be able to be utilized, just might be a little more limited
Right,
during
right.
the hotter months, which I think everybody would
Yeah,
understand that. so.
absolutely. So just know that we continue on working on our dining program.
Yeah, that'll be a continuous effort
Yeah,
forever.
absolutely.
What, are we done? Questions?
That's it.
That's it.
Ken,
Wow.
look at,
And Ken.
you have a spot today.
I do.
Ken, you're not rushed to try and push it into 5 minutes worth of programming here.
So I don't know where this Indian Hills Community Center is. If anybody knows, I'd love to know it, but
Well, there's an Indian, I think there's an Indian Hills right,
this is that's Indian Trails, yeah.
thank you, Indian Trails.
Yeah, this is in a mountainous area. But anyway, they do great puns on their signs.
Okay.
Okay.
Like this one. To the thief who stole my glasses, I will find you. I have contacts. Isn't that
That's
great?
good.
That's clever.
Yep. Let me get to the next one. I wanted to be a monk, but I never got the chance.
Oh, my gosh.
This is Tom Smith humor here, I'm
Oh, my
telling you.
gosh.
This is
Yeah.
We
Tom
should have
Smith
saved
humor.
these for your
If you're not
meetings.
groaning, we're failing. So, a perfectionist walked into a bar. Apparently, it wasn't set high enough.
Oh, my gosh.
That's good. All right. Police car loses wheels to thief. Cops are working tirelessly to nab suspect.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, who comes up with this stuff? Love it. My friend David had his ID stolen. Now he's just Dave.
I think we've used that one once before on the show.
That's
so
a good one. That's a good
That's
one.
cute, though.
Yep. A few puns make me numb, but math puns make me number.
Oh, my gosh.
Number.
Yes.
Cold? Go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Are you groaning? I hope so.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
a groaner, that one.
Yep. Man injured in bizarre peekaboo accident. He's in ICU.
Peekaboo, I see you.
Someone threw a jar of mayo at me. I was like, what the hell, man?
That's the best
Well,
one so
I
far.
like that one.
It's supposed to be Hellman's, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh, I
kind of
get
read
it.
that
I
wrong.
get it.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Oh, my gosh.
If any of you know how to fix broken hinges, my door is always open.
Oh, wow.
Well, and that is it for today.
That's the last one?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I
Aren't those
like those. Somebody's very creative with that.
Okay,
That's
now
pretty
if we keep the river churns, we promise not to do too much of
Okay,
those,
yes.
right? We
Well,
we
Lisa,
can't promise,
if we don't
never
have-
mind.
If we don't have COVID to talk about, we're gonna have to have more of those kinds of things.
Oh, no, okay.
Puns are like chocolate.
No, we
You-
probably shouldn't have said that, because they probably will say, no,
Exactly.
no church show.
Please don't do it.
But you know, I'm looking at it this way. If we're down to once a month,
Yeah,
once a month, people can put up with that kind of humor.
that's right, absolutely. And it is a choice. You don't have to watch us.
No, I'm telling you, that is, you do not have a choice. So we're going to have a point system, I think, at some point
Oh.
for residents that watch the show. And
Okay.
we're going to reward those with higher points.
And you
I
get
think.
prizes or something?
Green prizes, right? Oh, no, never mind. That's St. Patrick's Day. That's something totally different. So.
Oh, gosh.
All right, well, are we down to birthdays?
Yes, we are.
All right.
So Monday, we had Bill McKenzie, Mac Dagenhart, Jean LaPrade.
Wow, okay.
Tuesday, we had Sandra Weinbarger.
Okay,
Wednesday, Jackie Kurtz, Scott Lottie.
yes.
Saturday, we have Jim Mabry and Nancy Warren.
Good.
And on Sunday, Mildred Jackson, John Scoville, and Connie Newby.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah,
group of people
yeah,
that are having
great group.
birthdays. Happy
Great
birthdays
group.
to all of you.
For staff, Tuesday, we had Hannah Davis in nursing. Wednesday, Reagan Labora in dining. Today, we have Daisha Dawson in dining. Tomorrow, Roxana Molina in dining, Roxy. And Alicia Villanueva in nursing.
You said that very well.
Villanueva. It's a beautiful name.
It is.
Pretty, isn't it? I like that.
And then Sunday, we have Scott Williams in Golf and Grounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
some good staff.
great birthdays, yes.
You know, I was just looking at this list. Do we want to say anything about how much we're going to miss the lobbies?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
don't
thought
think we have
about,
time to do that.
yeah.
I thought about not saying his name, I'm like, no, he was part of us for many years.
Yeah.
And we will miss Scott and Marcia Lottie for sure,
Absolutely.
so, but they,
We certainly have tried, we've told them that the door is always open for them. If they ever in a
Absolutely.
position to be able to come back, we'd love
yeah,
to have them
yeah,
come
but
back.
we respect what they're doing. and
Yeah.
Taking
I mean,
care of family is
I think it's
important.
very noble what they're trying to do
Yep.
as far as taking care of their daughter in
Yes,
this situation.
absolutely.
So
Yep.
I think that was the right decision to make,
Yep.
as hard as it was for them to make that
Absolutely.
decision. So,
We will miss them, though,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
Trivia
let's see.
winner.
Trivia winner. The question today was, which film did Alfred Hitchcock make twice? And the fourth caller-
Refried birds.
Refried birds.
I was thinking it was the birds too, but it wasn't, was it?
No. The answer is The Man Who Knew Too Much. First made in 1934 in black and white with British amateur actors. Second one made in 1956 in color with American actors. Both films had same plots. And the fourth caller and the winner today was Phyllis and Phineas.
Oh, very good.
Congratulations, Phyllis.
Congratulations.
Very
And
good.
they are loyal watchers, Tom.
They
I will
are.
tell you, the Insidiouses.
Yes, thank you for that.
I don't think they've missed many shows.
They're probably the
so.
only loyal watchers, but yes.
No, we have several out there that have told me they've watched most of our shows. And I think we were talking, this is the 92nd show, I believe.
Wow,
I
96,
believe.
92 shows
So-
in that year.
Yeah,
We're-
yeah.
You know, we are coming up on a year. We were
We are.
talking about that, right?
We are.
I remember it was March 13th last year when I went and picked up my son from the airport, who was
Yeah.
coming back from Germany, last minute, because
Yeah.
President Trump on Wednesday night, the 11th,
That's
had
right, I
said,
remember that.
"You got
Whew.
anybody overseas, you need to come back in the next
Yes.
2 days." And I
And
was
you
like,
got
oh
him
my
back.
gosh, I mean, that scared the you-know-what
Scrambling.
out of my wife and I. We didn't have any
Yes.
way to be able to get him back. And,
Right.
You know, but for the grace of God, I mean, he
Yep.
orchestrated that.
And the
but
next week, we started shows.
on the next week, we started shows. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So
I think they've built quite a wine cellar too, from how many times they've won the.
they probably have.
The Insidious?
Yeah. They've won a few
They
times.
have been very lucky with the
Yes.
questions, yes.
Yeah.
That's true. But thank you all for supporting us. So we know a lot of people love the show.
You know, Lisa, we've talked about if we get to 100 shows, the 100th show, we are going to have to do something special, you know?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
we have to get to the 100th show.
Yeah.
So we have to.
We have to.
We can't get this far and not make the 100th
Well,
show.
if you think about it, it's only 8 more weeks, so
Yeah.
what would that put us, early May then? So
we'll still
we'll probably still be
we're
on in
still
some
gonna
form
be
of
on
fashion.
this.
You know, I
Yeah.
have a Scottish cousin who's wanting to come visit.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Angus McGregor Bob.
Would he be good for our 100th show?
Oh, he'd be great, yeah.
Okay, special guest on the 100th show.
We might have to do a 2-hour special.
Well, there goes the viewership.
They just turned us off, Tom.
With a 10-minute intermission, what do you think?
Now, that'd be dedication,
Yes.
if you could hang in there.
Well, we've talked about the idea, maybe like doing clips from some of the other shows or something,
Yeah.
and, you know, maybe some of our top 10, or,
Yeah.
you know.
I think
just-
that'd be fun.
I think there'd be we could have a lot of fun with that 100th show.
Yes,
We
yes.
probably have to tap into Brian's talents when it comes to that, which he has a
can help
lot
us with
of,
that.
as far as showing clips and
Yeah.
helping us with some of it. It would be fun to kind of plan that one out and do
Right,
something a little
right.
special. Maybe even have some
Yeah.
special guests as McGregor Bob
Yes.
would be
Yeah.
able to come and join us. So
Maybe a bottom 10 would be easier. Just saying.
I was going to say, maybe we put out a survey to the residents to tell us their top 10, but we may not get a response.
actually, if
So
we
then
just
I'd
got,
feel bad.
if we just got their top one, I'd be happy with that.
There you go. I keep it simple.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it's been a good week. It's been a really good week. It's been really great to see and you could just see the mood of the community just rising.
sure.
Monday, it was palpable. I mean, it was so great to see the residents just. I could just feel it through the residents.
Yes.
It was really neat.
Yep.
To see us starting to finally be able to start reopening some of the things that we have. And, we're getting there. The statistics are going in the right direction for us now. I'm hoping the governor will respond in like kind here eventually. And, maybe we really can start feeling like normal here in the next few weeks to month here. I'm really kind of got a lot of high hopes for that. And, you all need to be saying a little prayer. We really need to loosen up the restrictions for the healthcare center. That part still keeps me up at night.
Yes.
It's really hard for the staff and especially the residents, but the staff too over there. And they've been through a lot for the year.
Yes.
And so, just so you all know, it's easy to sit here and be mad or be upset with the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services because they're the ones that control the regulations for us and how we operate the healthcare center. But you all need to be thinking about this in a couple different ways. And one is, we have our side of things where we're looking at them saying, why can't they open up? Why can't we be doing more things? Blah, 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 blah. What's the matter with them? Can't they see that? And what you don't see is the other side of this, which they're getting, and I know they're getting from the Department of Health and Human Services, is those residents who have passed away from COVID, their family members are beating on them saying, why did you make these decisions? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And so I really kind of feel bad for them a little bit because they are right in the middle of this between both sides of this thing. And so to expect them to be anything but conservative would be just unrealistic for us to think that way. So they're going to do things in their time, the way they think is right, and we're going to just try and do our best to live within the restrictions that they have and try and do our best to keep the mental health of our residents up. And so, so anyway, with that said, I just felt like I needed to kind of share that because that's a hard position for them to be in.
Yep.
So we're getting there. We are getting there. So
We are.
Yep.
Okay. Ken, any parting words that you want to share today that would be, something for our viewers to be able to say, wow, Ken, that was so
Inspirational
inspiring.
So inspiring.
So well thought out. So
Well, I don't know about that. The thing that pops into my mind is something I learned from my football coach.
okay.
He told us one time that most people who get injured playing football get injured at the end of plays because they relax thinking the play is over and somebody rolls over them or whatever like that. And he kept telling us you have to be vigilant until the play actually stops. Not just listen to the whistle, but when the play actually stops. And I think it's really tempting for us to think the play is over here.
Yeah.
And the whistle's blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the game's over. We know where we're going, but the movement has not stopped yet.
Right.
So we still have to stay vigilant a little bit longer, and we're going to get there safely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was inspiring.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm glad.
That was
Wow.
spur of the moment there, spur of the moment, because we didn't know I was going to do that.
I didn't know.
And so
not.
very
No.
good, Ken. We appreciate that. That's
Yes.
Wow.
it's
Thank
a
you.
great way to end our show.
Yes, thank you.
So we are going to be on
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday next
Yes.
week. Wednesday next week, the 10th. The 10th, right?
That's our plan, is Wednesday. I'm sorry we threw you a
Unless
little
it's
bit
another
this week,
day, it'll be Wednesday.
But our plan is next Wednesday.
Yeah, we got tied up yesterday
Yeah.
afternoon, and we knew that wasn't going to work, so we
Yep,
had to switch
yep.
it today. But we're doing our best to try and keep them on
We are.
Wednesdays
We're
as best we can. 'cause
trying to do that.
We know you all like to have it be a routine thing, and we do too, quite
Yep,
honestly.
yep,
So,
it helps us too.
yeah, so we'll keep trying that. And then the 10th, and then the 17th, which
Yep,
will be
yep.
St.
Don't
Patrick's
forget.
Day. So we're only 2 weeks away from that. So, All right, y'all, we'll let you go. Go out and enjoy the weather. Go take a nice walk somewhere. Enjoy yourself. Have a great meal tonight with your friends. Play a little bridge. Use the wellness center. I mean, go out and have fun. Use what, we had a resident tell us today that has moved in during COVID, saying, I'm really looking forward to seeing what River Landing really is.
Right,
And
right.
so hopefully
haven't
with
seen
opening up, we're going to be able to start
Yes.
showing them what River Landing
Right,
really
get a
is.
little taste of it.
Yeah.
We're just
So
going to keep giving tastes.
go out and enjoy. We love you. Have a great weekend.